joining me. Today we're going to do a plank flow. So working a little bit of everything, but specifically you'll feel a lot of work through the core center, through the shoulder girdle and the upper body. Again, remember to always make sure that you're not working so hard that you're forcing, that you're straining or holding your breath. You can always back off, take a break when you need to. Of course, always check with your doctor before exercising, and we're ready to go. So to start today, we're going to start in an extended child's pose. So you can come down to the ground. You can be on a yoga mat or a blanket if you're at home, outside like I am, wherever you feel comfortable. And we'll start from here. We'll bring the knees about hip width apart, hip bone width apart. And then if you want, you can always take them farther apart if you need to. We're going to fold forward here. And you can have, from here, your arms out, but to start, eventually we'll be out here, but to start, you can go right here if you want, or you can always stack your fists up and rest your forehead, which is what I'll show in a moment. If you have a yoga block or a blanket or a bolster, you can always place that underneath as well, if you want to. So from here, you're just gonna start resting where we are. And just from here, focus on your breath while you're down there. So you can stay down in child's. I'm going to sit up just so you can hear me talk. But thinking about sending that breath really into the rib cage, so you're not just breathing up towards your chest or your shoulders, but get some full healthy breaths in. Maybe some of the biggest breaths you've taken all day. Think about really letting the rib cage expand, almost like an accordion, as you breathe in and as you exhale, bringing out the lungs, drawing that positive energy in as you breathe in, and as you exhale, letting go of any tension. Let's take a few more breaths here. Let the shoulders relax. And then from here, if you're not already there, we're going to start to stretch the arms out, about shoulder width apart with the wrists, and we'll spread the fingers wide. And from here, as you spread the hands wide, think about putting more weight out to the tips of your fingers and thumbs, so you're not putting all of your weight in the heel of your hands and your wrists. You'll feel much more comfortable in the wrist that way. So from here, from our extended child, we're going to come forward into a kneeling plank. So for kneeling plank, the shoulders will go about over the wrists. And a few things to watch out for in this is just to make sure that the head's not hanging down like this, or the hips aren't hanging down like this. So just keeping a neutral spine, your neck lined up with that neutral spine, and your shoulder blades are about flush in the back of them, so that you're not rounding through the upper back, you're not jamming the shoulder blades together, you're right in between in that neutral position. And then we'll stay in the knees. We're going to come into a chaturanga from here, a kneeling one. So from here, you're going to keep the shoulder girdle nice and neutral, and we'll take the elbows back. So you might even find that just lowering a couple inches is enough for you. You can come back up. Or you might be able to go all the way down. So try to go down maybe at the lowest point, so your shoulder is about at elbow height. And then we'll press back up from there. Let's do a few of these. Inhaling as you lower down. Exhaling as you press back up. Inhaling. Exhaling. So starting to really feel the shoulder girdle, the core, the arms working. And then from here, let's come back into extended child. So we're going to make that a flow. So from extended child, we'll flow forward into our plank, flow down into our chaturanga, back up into our plank, and then back into extended child. And let's take this just a few times through. So really working that strength, particularly through the core center, through the upper body as we flow into our plank and our chaturanga. And then every time we come back into our child's pose, feel that stretch and that release. So we always want to work in our body to find that balance of strength and length, of mobility and stability. So we're releasing tightness and tension where we need to. And then we're building strength and stability where we need to. So we'll be able to move our body any way it's meant to move without causing harm. Like the best of both worlds. Let's take two more here. And this is our last time flowing through here. And then from here, let's come back into our plank, our kneeling plank. So you can feel free to hang out in your kneeling plank the whole time. If you want to make it a little less intense, if you're starting to get tired of plank, you can bring your knees closer and a little closer so they're stacked more into the hips, and that'll be a little less intense. And then of course you can stay out at the diagonal, or you can tuck your toes under, and then from here lift the knees up into a full plank. Same thing, make sure this doesn't happen, make sure that doesn't happen, so you're keeping that integrity of your alignment. And then if the knees are up, see if you can reach your heels back. Try to feel this feet, maybe the lower leg stretching out. And then from whatever version you're in, maybe start to lift the right leg up without rocking the hips. But you'll feel, as you lift that leg up, start to feel maybe a little stretch through the front of the hip, and then feel that strength through the glutes and through the core center. Keep the leg nice and long, keep reaching through the other heel. Then we'll lower that leg down, and let's do the other one for a few breaths. So lifting the other leg up. Now, of course, that knee can be, the other knee can be down if you want, or both knees can be down if you want. And then if it doesn't get, of course, both legs are up. So feel that opening through the front of the hip and the leg that's lifting, that strength through the back of the body. Keep reaching through the other heel. And then let's lower both feet down. Now if you're going all the way down to the ground or to your mat. So coming all the way down. Nice and controlled. We'll untuck the toes. And then from here, we're gonna keep the shoulder girdle nice and neutral. Keep the legs heavy and make sure that we're not rocking the pelvis. So you're gonna keep a nice neutral pelvis. The low back's tension free. And we're gonna start to just lift the chest a little bit here. You might not have a big, this might not be a huge movement. It's probably gonna be pretty small. We're coming into low cobra. So low cobra right here, or maybe lift the hands. So you're gonna feel those good posture muscles working. But the low back, the muscles below your ribs should feel like they're doing, like they're tensing, or that they're doing the work. And then let's lower down, rest on one cheek for a moment. Oh, relaxing, and then we'll do it one more time. So from here, let's come back up. Maybe lift the hands. Relax the shoulders down the back. And we're just looking maybe a few inches in front of us. So looking down, if you want to lift the chin too much, and throw the neck out of alignment. And then from here, let's lower down, rest on the other cheek. Get a nice release. And then from here, your hands should be about under the shoulders already. So from here, we'll just press up and we'll stretch back into extended child. Stretching back. And then from here, you can stack the fists, or you could place a block again under your forehead if you want, just relaxing here. And then from here, let's bring our hands under the shoulders. We're gonna roll up. Be nice and tall. And we're all done with our plank flow. Thank you so much for joining me. Hopefully I'll see you soon.